Hi, I'm Kelly with my sister's Blue House. Today I'm going to do a makeover of this pig, this wooden pig that I had picked up at a thrift store. She's a real cutie, and you can open her, and then there's a little bowl inside. And I have already cleaned her up, sanded her, and sprayed her with shellac so that the milk paint will stick to the wood. I'm going to go ahead and separate her. And I paint in my dining room. So I use dog pads. I use them for packing on when I buy stuff. Keeps stuff from breaking. And then I use parchment paper over it, so then I can throw away the mess, fold up the dog pad and reuse it underneath the kitchen table. Yeah, they're handy. Use them when I buy breakables and everything and wrap them up, and I've had nothing break. So because I'm at my kitchen table, this is my little setup, and then I can just throw the parchment paper away and reuse the doggy pads for another project. So we're going to separate this little pig, and I have Sweet Pickins milk paint flour sack, and then I'm going to use some of the Sweet Pickins Bespoke antique ironstone mixed in with it, because I don't want pure white, and I don't want this dark of cream color. So I'm going to mix those up, and you can mix the paint colors to make whatever color you want. And I usually buy my stuff in the sample packets, which are under $8. You do get a lot of use out of them, and I like doing that because right now flour sack's the biggest one I buy, but then you can buy a lot of the different colors and use them on your projects, and then you're not out a ton of money on paint. And this is just equal parts powder to water. I'm going to put one scoop in here. I did 3 scoops so far of the flour sack. Let's see. 1 of the ironstone. So I'm going to stir that up. Yes, I got my good paint shirt on. And you can see if it's the color you want just kind of by mixing it. And I think I'm going to go with this color. And I can always make more if I need it. So, and then you just do equal parts water to powder. And I just have tap water in a cup. And then you'll stir that up until the powder is completely dissolved into the water. And then what you'll do is let it set for a couple of minutes, so that way it will thicken up. And then we will get started on painting. All right, the milk paint is the consistency that I want it. If it gets too thick, the best thing to do is add a little bit of water if it gets too thick. It's easier to do it that way than keep adding powder if you add too much water. So this is thick, the consistency that I want it, not too thick. And so it can, and it's all incorporated into each other. So I'm just going to go ahead and start painting. And it will take a couple coats of paint. All right, and then I'm going to get started on the top of the pig. The first coat's dry, so now we're just going to go ahead and apply our second coat, which is looking like it'll give us our complete coverage on this. So we'll just go ahead and get that applied. And this was a little thick because it had set while my pig was drying. So I just added a little bit of water and stirred it in, and it made it the right consistency. And that's all you got to do with milk paint. If it starts to thicken up, add just a little tiny bit of water and stir it until you get it back to the consistency that you want it. And then you can go ahead and finish painting. Our pig is all dry now, so what we're just going to do is gently sand with some 220 paper to get off any spots that are wanting to come off with the milk paint. And see, you'll have some of when you're sanding where it wants to flake off, and that's okay. And then you can see the crazing. And you know, sometimes it just does this, and it is okay. If you want full coverage, then milk paint isn't the right paint. And then check under her chin here. She's got some crazing here. So yeah, this is completely normal. So I'm just going to keep on sanding. I just wanted to show you up close. Got the bottom done, and now I'm going to sand the top. I've finished sanding. So what I get is just what I use is a couple wet wipes. I squeeze and dry, so that they're not like dripping water. And get all the dust off. In the part that I decided to keep plain wood, I'm also going to wax that just to shine it up. I'm going to spray this with water guard and seal this. And then we'll do the black wax on it, so that I want to give it that age, but I also want all the crackle and crazing to pop. So I'm going to seal it with this, and then we'll do our wax. Okay, I've sprayed it with the weather defense, and now I'm going to use the black. And I use Jolie black wax. I'm going to test this just to make sure. Oh yeah, that looks good. So we're going to put this everywhere. And then wipe it clean. These are lint-free paper towels. I find them in the automotive. I forget what name they are, what brand they are, but they're in the automotive and they're lint-free. So you won't get lint all stuck in. Alright. See how good it's looking? Here's an up closer shot so that way you can see. I got to finish wiping the wax out of the ear. So we'll go ahead and finish waxing these.